Hey guys, how you guys doing? It is Aaron here back with another video, and today we are going to take a look at the making of the MapleStory Southeast Asia Rise Update Microsite, everybody. So a huge thanks to MapleStory Southeast Asia and also Nixon for allowing me to basically create this website for them. It was my first time building a gaming microsite, and actually I have a lot of fun. And a lot of you guys has been asking me that how do I build this, what tools do I use, what code do I use, how long was the process, and how do you think of all this design. And well, today in this video I'm going to talk about all of that, and also I'm going to talk about how I put in all of the Easter eggs. So stay tuned to that video right now. So right now we're going to take a look at what are the tools that I basically use to build the whole web microsite itself. So I use Webflow. So Webflow is a tool that allows you to build websites without coding, but you still do need to know a little bit of coding to basically understand how Webflows work, because each of the components over here that you see right now is actually very similar to how you basically see in terms of all the codes itself. So these are all the codes over here that will be converted, right? The div block, everything will be converted to code itself. And then you can see that there are lightnings over here. We'll take a look at that later on. These are all the animations that is being done in the whole website itself. So let's just say that in Webflow you can basically scale accordingly to what type of different sizes that you have. So it's actually pretty good. And in the first section over here, alright, I will try to put in a similar theme or the similar components as what GMS did last time. So they always have a very nice hero section with have a video, and it has a giant logo, and also have some descriptions. So I try to also follow that because I feel like it is very nice, because it brings you to very immersive to the game, saying that hey, this is a new character coming in, and then when they start scrolling down, they get to see this character, which is Adele. Adele is the newest character in the game. So we want to focus a lot on Adele because it's a new character. And then over here, I keep the elements of Korea MapleStory. They have a media player. And then this is also one of Korea MapleStory elements, but they were in the middle previously, so I kind of put it at the side, but I want to really much focus on the video itself over here. And as you can see, that there's a little bit of pausing effect over here, which is the light effect. So this is like some elements to make it not so empty, but I really want to focus it on the Adele video here over here. And once I scroll down, this section is more towards the event section. So the event section is basically on how they participate, what are the timestamps, what are the time period, and what are the rewards. So this is really interesting because I really wanted to show how does the chair look like when you redeem it in the game. So players are always very hyped on new items, right? And never before seen items. And I'm also a player, so when I see this, I was like, okay, we gotta add that into the microsite because we need to let them know that how does the chair looks like, right? But if you're looking at in the mobile view, you'll be looking somehow like this. So it will not have an animation, but it will just have a picture. I'm gonna explain why later on. So as you can scroll down, there's a Adele challenge, which you can get a body pillow over here. So these are the challenges that you need to do and all that, etc. And then also we have a welcome back ring or returning maple ring event over here, another section. So I try to keep the design as much similar to how Adele looks like, because Adele is a very, I would say, very, I don't want to spoil it, but play Adele. very interesting warrior. Okay, so it has a dark background, not really dark, but very sad background. So I want to like tone it down a bit over here to basically focus it on. Then once we go down over to the city of art of Estonia, this is the place that I really want to focus on, because this is a very, very beautiful map. And I feel like as a new player that comes into the game, they're gonna be like, whoa, is this a new area? And they're gonna see, oh, this is a new area for Adele. We're gonna basically enter this new area. And the area over here is absolutely beautiful. The map is absolutely beautiful. And if you were to see, there is an effect over here when you move your mouse, it will move accordingly. There's a 2-layer background at the back. So there's a lot of thought process over here in this section. Right? And also you can see that there are clouds over here that moves. So the clouds move together over here like this. So it's a very, very slow movement. Tiny, not really noticeable, doesn't really distract you, right? The main key points is still the city, the town over here. And then at the side you can see that the main city elements, the piano, the fountain, and also the light. And the light is actually something really different. If you were to slowly scroll down, they will start to appear and move in, and then you can see the lights being lit up over here when you start to be in the 100% of this viewport over here. Viewport means that you're viewing 100% of it over here right now. So, and then once you start scrolling down, the menu bar at the top will start to appear. So it's like it appears slowly through the cloud itself. So I want to make it something really interesting, because you always play a game, you're always exploring something, right? Some of them will say, hey, your menu bar is bugged because it only comes out. And I said, no, there's a feature, because I wanted to show it when it comes down to the cloud itself. Because this all parts over here, I really want to focus on the events, so don't want to have any distractions. But when you start scrolling down, you can basically see what other events are coming soon, or what are the patches that are coming soon. Then once this is coming in over here, we have the Rise events. These are the various events that you can participate. I did a little bit different compared to the KMS version. The KMS version, as you can see over here, is a slight left to right. I feel that is a very difficult thing to navigate to, so I did it more toward a top-down approach. And this design is actually similar to how KMS designed it on their event nodes itself, right? So in their event nodes, this is how the design looks like. When you scroll down, they will have a stairs over here, and they have elements beside the two main bars over here. So I try to keep the element of KMS and not really lose a lot on the effect itself. Even the background, you can see a slight little Rise background. So yeah. And then when you start scrolling down, you see all the events. There are more events over here. And then you can see that there are fountain and there are coin shops over here. In the different season of the event, the fountain and the coin shop will start to change, as you can see on the screen. So it is dynamic. It's not really static wise, but you get what I mean. Then later on, we have Guild Revamp. Guild Revamp is legitimately one of the best thing that happens to the game. And I didn't really want to try to put a full revamp on how the Guild Revamp works over here in the design itself, because you can see in KMS they have this ribbon itself, and I feel that is really, really nice. So, and then but I didn't have that toggle thingy coming down, but that will be in the bottom part. So really focus on the guild skills over here, the main guild skills, the green guild UI that has been revamped, the new monsters that are in the game, of course the new boss. I don't want to really put too much of the boss out, because you guys are gonna play through it, you guys gotta experience it. And then once you start to scroll down, they'll have this very special area for guild reunion. So this is a very special one. And in this section, if you were to notice, I put in the same outfit for the guild members. And then because in this description over here, you will be inviting back 5 of your guildmates, right? You'll be inviting back 5 of your guildmates, and then this is you, right? You're the one over here, you're the one with the nice chairs, and then you're the one inviting back 5 of your guildmates over here back to the game. So this is the 5 of them that has been listed out. And then to basically comprehend with the background, we use the very, very OG guild map over here, which is, I feel like it's very nice, okay? Then moving on back down, we have the boss revamp. So the boss revamp is going to be a little bit different. This part is more interactive parts. So as you can see in Lucid, there will be golems coming down, and that's the most memorable one that I think everybody remembers. And then in Dust, we have a new chaos mode that have two of the elements coming down at the left and right when you can stand at the top of it to fight Dusk, right? And then the more new monsters and the new rings, right? The new rings over here, you can click on it, it can show up the rings. And then also we have Dunker over here. Dunker over here, we can slide in like this because this is an iconic move by Dunker, right? It's a new skill, it slides in. And we have the new accessories that's been dropped by Dunker. And then the Easter egg over here is that if you click fast enough. Wait. Alright, there we go. The three of the bosses will appear in this screen, and it is very, very nice. So I kept the element of KMS, but not hiding the main content itself, but just showcasing it. It has a very, very nice three bosses over here. As you can see, compared to the KMS version with something like this, and this is the MapleStory version, which is like this. But the main content, we still didn't hide it, so it's still here, and you can basically see click and each and every one of them, right? And then at the bottom, nothing much. And also the Easter egg is this one, the tiny little boo over here that will redirect you to my website. So that's also a tiny little Easter egg over here. So it's Boo. I like Boo. Boo is very cute, right? So that's why I put it over here. And then moving on to Reverse City. So Reverse City, there's a lot of things going on in Reverse City. The effect of how I would say the towers coming down, the effect of all the towers coming down over here, actually took me quite some time to do because I want to make it more fluid, right? As you can see, it's a lot fluid over here when it comes down, depending on which device size that you have. You can see over here. So it's actually pretty difficult to do to maintain the size itself, but it was a really fun thing. And then Reverse City, everything is reversed. So I would try to make all the elements coming down, and then I try to keep also the Korean MapleStory background over here, but it's not white because Korean MapleStory uses white as a background, but instead I use the screenshots as the background as they move along, right? It's a little bit more immersive, I would say. I don't know about you, but it's a little bit more immersive. And then over here we have also the background music that will be played, that you can play. We still remain that over here. And then the bottom part is actually the same as the Adele update, right? So but the only difference is you can see before already, this is the fountain that changes. The previous fountain doesn't have the glow. This fountain will have the glow, and also the items change at season 2 itself, right? If you would have noticed, these are the items that change. Okay, then moving on to the final update, which is the Yum Yum update over here. The Yum Yum update over here, it was really interesting because a lot of the elements inside here was not in Korea, so they are all brand new. And then we still keep the background music over here, allows you to basically listen to it. There is a mushroom coming down. If you want to scroll past, you can see that tada, the mushroom will come down. So it's a mushroom jumping up and down. It's pretty fun to play with this also. And the background over here, and then I try to make it that it's a little bit tedious or a little bit tricky for me to make all the elements over here clickable, right? As long as over here clickable, and also as this background over here, the grass over here are in front of all this. So there are a lot of different layers over here, you can see. And then once you scroll down, there is the Terra Burning event, everybody. So the Terra Burning event, I wanted to put in Ark at the moment because they are always promoting Ark as a Terra Burning character, right? But I was thinking, nah, let's try something new. A new illustration, which is the Fire and Poison, Flame Wizard, sorry, the Flame Wizard illustrations over here. And this whole section is something different. is very fiery because it's Terra burning. You're burning the character, so try to tune a little bit on the colors over here to make it a little bit brighter in terms of the red right over here. So that's the Terra burning event. And then a new event that is not in KMS, which is the Maple Relay event. So the Maple Relay event over here, pretty interesting. I put in as the Asphera background because you always go towards Asphera maps when you're grinding at high level. And then normally during that time you will only get your Arcane Shade weapon, alright? But it depends on the users also. But this is the map that is really calm, really nice, right? After all the burning at the top, you come down as cool down and say, hey, we have Maple Relays returning, right? And then you just stay online, you can basically get the Arcane Shade weapon. And this side over here, you can basically see that the elements will slide accordingly through very fluidly over here. I really like the effect of the sliding, right? And it's done on Webflow, so I'm really happy with the effect over here. To showcase to you guys that the items over here that you can get. Then at the bottom, which is the new coin shop, which is the training shop. So this trading shop over here showcased two different coin shops. Right, at first I wanted to float the coins. The idea was to float the coins beside, but I feel like it's breaking the design because I want to go for a minimalistic design, but at the end of the day also showcase it's a gaming website. So I didn't float it at the end, so it's just more towards the coin shop itself and then focus on the text, right? And also maybe one little NPC, not to make it so empty, right? And then this is how it looks like, and it's also a very nice sliding through effect. And later, which is the brand new event that I've never before seen in any server. I was really hyped on building this section. At first I wanted to do introduction, like a class type introduction, but there were not much information for me to show, so I didn't really put in that type, but instead I put in as a different section over here, different columns over here, and just float each of the guardians at this section over here. Just a simple floating wise like this, and not really an Easter egg, but a very funny thing over here is that if you were to look at the code, you have to look at the code in order to see this. Each and every individual of this naming, they are called angle. They're not called angel, but they are called angle. Of course, the class element is called angel, but you have to dig deeper, right? You have to dig deeper. This is the same, this is angel, but a few of these are angle elements over here. The naming is called angle. See, this is angle 4. So I kind of make it a little bit funny over here if you were to see it. And then, looking down at the bottom, we have the Rise event. This is the third season of the Rise event. I still kept the design because I don't want to basically move users towards to another page so that, hey, this is something new. Is it a new event? No, we're still having the old event, but some of the items have changed, like maybe Daria's magic pouch has changed. We have the express coins over here that's available, and the fountain over here changed another icon already. And then the fountain over here is in full blast. We have full fountain, and also the season 3 of the items will be listed down over here. So that's for the whole Yum Yum update. So the Yum Yum update was pretty fun, but the most fun part that I really enjoyed building was legitly the this part over here, the Restonia. This section over here, I had a lot of fun reviewing it. If you can see, when it scrolls up, oh my god. This one, I think I put in like what, half a day just to build this whole section. Wow, this is actually amazing, man. This is actually amazing. This part is actually, I put a lot of work into this, well, that's the build process of how I did it. And how I basically did it was on Webflow, as I mentioned before, and then it took me approximately 2 weeks, alright, 2 weeks to build all these three different pages, alright, in their own way. And most of the elements are from Korea itself, so there are not many elements that I can leverage on from any graphics wise. Most of them are in game, and a lot of them are port over from Korea itself. And as for me, I'm not a graphic designer, so I don't really know how to do some very nice graphic wise, but I'm more of a UI and also a UX designer, so more towards to resorting elements and placing what are the important things that users want to see at the main page itself. We have a lot of thought process on discussing what elements to put in first, to showcase first, and what are the things that we can basically showcase last in the Rise update. So that's the whole process over here. And then the coding that I use over here is basically mostly on HTML, CSS, and also a little bit on the JavaScript for the music part, right? The music part over here is using a JavaScript, and then the rest is mostly on HTML and CSS. At first, I wanted to do on React, but it was too much work to do on React. But since Webflow can directly export out the HTML, so it's a little bit more easier for me to do the building of the website. And then once exported, there's also a lot of ways that you can see that this is being very optimized, right? The whole site is actually very optimized. If you were to see, the whole site is actually very lightweight. If I were to go to the network, if I were to load the whole page itself, the whole site loads like less than 13 MB over here, right? 13 MB only. We have the River City, which loads like 5.9 MB only. We have the Yum Yum Island, which loads a little bit more. It's 7.2 MB only. The original size before I optimize all the images, it loads more than that. If you can see on the screen, it loads more than that over here. So I optimize it with all of the WEBP. If you were to see that a lot of the elements over here are WEBP based, so they are very lightweight in terms of the sizes. They are very lightweight in terms of loading. So this will speed up the loading time for users over here, because we are always in lockdown mode during last time, right? So everyone is maybe at their hometown, everyone has a very slow internet connection, as always in Asian countries, right? We have a very slow internet connection sometimes, right? And in order to accommodate to this slow internet connection, I reduce a lot and optimize a lot on the site. You might not notice it, but a lot of optimization has been done on the back end part, right? On the back part, not the back end, but the back part, right? So yeah, that's basically for the optimization of it. But anyways, I think that's basically for the whole process of me building the whole MapleSEA, MapleStory Southeast Asia, Adele, River City, also Yum Yum Microsite. As always, I really enjoy building it, and thank you very much for all the comments, right? That is on the video itself. I really read through each and every one of your comments on the website, and I really enjoy seeing you guys really enjoy this microsite. And a lot of you guys on Discord also say that where is the Easter egg and stuff. So these are the Easter eggs. I didn't really put a lot because I want to showcase the content directly to the user, not asking the user search for it, but only some of the items they can basically search for it. So we don't want to hide it from the user itself. Yep, so that's all for the build process of the microsite. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope I answered most of your questions. And well, that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome, everybody. Bye bye.